Recording's been started.
All right, thank you. So this is before the State Board of Land Commissioners, State of Idaho, in the matter of encroachment permit application number ERL 95S1250A regarding Cari Oberholzer, the applicant, for a dock, and it's case number CC-2021-PUB-22-003. And as mentioned, I am the hearing officer assigned to this matter. My name is Lincoln Strawn. I'm a Deputy Attorney General, and I am coming to you from Boise, Idaho. And so you should be able to see my face on the screen. And just to orient you, I am in my office in downtown Boise, and behind me are two computer monitors where I have the documents of this case in front of me so I can look at as we're going. So I just have some preliminary items to go through, and we'll get a chance to start taking testimony after I get through these preliminary items. So as you probably have guessed, when I instructed our Zoom operator to start the recording, this hearing is recorded and it is part of the official record of this case. And so again, as we're participating, let's just be conscious of having ourselves on mute when we're not talking, and then taking us off mute when it's our turn to talk. Whether you have your camera on or not is totally up to you. I don't have any preference one way or the other. Obviously, my camera is on as a hearing officer, but if you're going to participate in this hearing and you prefer to have your camera off, that is fine. The main thing is that we can hear you okay. So first thing I want to do next is to make sure I understand everyone who is on the line. So is Ms. Joy Vega from Departments of Lands on the line?
Good morning. Yes, I am. And I'm just observing today, Mr. Strawn. So I don't have any planned participation other than just listening.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Ms. Vega. And is Ms. Angela Kaufman on the line from Department of Lands?
Yes, I am. I'm here in the conference room at the Department of Lands, and I'll be assisting Mr. Amer with his testimony today. I won't be offering any testimony myself. I'll just be representing IDL.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. And it looks like you have a busy full room there. So I assume that's some of our hearing participants as well?
It is. It is.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Thank you, Ms. Kaufman. And so next we have, do we have Ms. Cari Oberholzer on the line?
On the line for Cari Oberholzer is Brian Oberholzer, and also Mr. Scott Stanton, my silent partner.
Okay, Scott Stanton. Is Mr. Stanton going to be silent on this hearing, or is he planning to participate?
He'll participate. Stanton.
Stanton, S-T-A-N-T-O-N?
Correct.
All right, thank you. And so, Mr. Oberholzer, am I clear then Cari Oberholzer will not be participating?
Cari is not. I emailed about that and they said it was fine.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, and then so let's run through the objectors to make sure they are on the line. Is Gloria Lacander on the line?
I'm here present.
All right, thank you. Michael Schaefer?
I'm in the meeting room present.
All right, thank you. Lauren McCroskey?
Yes, I'm present in the meeting room.
All right. And with you is it Morteza Sarlach?
I'm in the room present, yes.
All right, thank you. All right, and that's who I had on the notice. I know we had some other people that wrote in on this matter. Is a Rob Echon on the line?
He is here present in the meeting room.
Okay, did I say your name correctly?
Pardon me?
Did I say your name correctly? Is it Echon?
Yes, you did.
All right, thank you. All right, and is it John Price in the room or on the line? Nope. Okay. What about Monique and Dennis Oakley?
Yeah, Monique Liard is here for me and it's actually Derek Oakley, my husband, but I'm here for both of us. Thank you.
Okay,
Ron.
thank you. And bear with me, I'm just writing some notes here as we go along. And that's all the names I see on my list who may be an objector or participate in this hearing. Is there any name I did not call who may be on the line or in the conference room who was expecting to participate today?
Yes, Dennis Lakander, Gloria's husband.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. And you said your first name is Dennis?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Nope. Okay. All right. Well, this is what I'd like to do. I know we just went around the horn there with everyone participating. Just as a matter of procedure, this is not a courtroom. This is an administrative hearing. We do swear in witnesses though, and anyone planning to speak on the hearing, we like to swear them in. And so I'd like to do that all at once now. And so we don't have to remember that when it's somebody's turn to talk, or we don't risk forgetting that part. So I'd like to just go around the lines one more time, swear everyone in, and then we'll start taking testimony. So let's start with the applicant. So Brian Oberholzer, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today?
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Scott Stanton, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today?
I do. So help me God.
Thank you. Ms. Gloria Lakander, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Dennis Lakander, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Michael Schaefer, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today?
I do.
Thank you. Ms. Lauren McCroskey, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today?
I do.
Thank you. Morteza Sarlach, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today?
I do.
Thank you. And Rob Ishan, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today?
I do.
Thank you. And Miss Monique Oakley, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today?
It's Liard and I do.
Liardin, okay. Liardin is your first name or
Liard, Liard, last name.
last name? Okay. And I'm sorry, would you mind spelling that one more time?
Yep, like a lizard without the Z in the middle.
Ah, that helps. Okay. Monique Liard. Correct? Okay. Thank you. All right. And then Mr. Mike Amer, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today?
I do.
All right. Well, let's start with you, Mr. Amer, and Ms. Kaufman. And if you could make your opening statement, and then we'll proceed from there. So Ms. Kaufman, go ahead and begin when we're ready.
Thank you. I am not going to present an opening statement myself today. However, if you think it's appropriate, I can certainly have Mr. Amer deliver the statement on behalf of the Idaho Department of Lands at this time.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful, especially just to confirm my understanding of the where we stand right now. My understanding is that we have an application for a private dock, and it has not been approved or denied yet by Department of Lands. And there have been objections by adjacent neighbors to that permit, and we do not have consent by the adjacent neighbors. If you could just confirm that, and then anything else that you wanted to add. I also wanted to ask if there's been any surveys or anything conducted like that from Department of Lands. So Mr. Amer, the best of your ability, if you could just kind of summarize.
Just to be clear, Mr. Hearing Officer, are you asking me to read my entire statement, or is this just kind of like an opening statement?
Just an opening, if you will.
Okay, you are correct. Applicant is asking for a single-family dock encroachment. We have processed it per IDAPA guidelines. We received objections. We received requests for a contested case hearing. We scheduled the contested case hearing. That's why we're here today. And Department of Lands has not performed a survey of the property.
Okay. All right, and then do you have a more further in-depth statement that you would like to make at this time, or do you rather do so later in the hearing?
I think I'd rather do so later in the hearing, Mr. Hearing Officer, just because that's how I'm used to having these things run. You're able to tell me what you'd like, but typically it goes applicant, objectors, then Department of Lands. My statement is approximately 8-9 pages long, but I will skip over a majority of it. It just cites the applicable ADAPA rules. I apologize that it got into the record late, but Ms. Kaufman and I were working on it the past couple of days. We had another hearing earlier this week, kind of delayed things. But so the statement that I have to present will make our points clear when you'd like me to.
Okay, that is fine. And Ms. Kaufman, let me just clarify with you real quick. Are you going to be interested in asking questions of the witnesses after we hear testimony? Or are you just there to present Mr. Amer when it's his time?
I would like to reserve the ability to ask questions. I typically do not in these hearings, but if there's a point that needs clarified or something like that, I may ask a question. I don't anticipate doing so.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, let's give Mr. Oberholzer a chance to present his case with his partner, Mr. Stanton. And so at this time, I'll take any testimony that you want to present, Mr. Oberholzer, excuse me.
Okay, well, to begin, I just received everyone's complaints less than 24 hours ago. There is a litany of complaints, representations being made, and attempted redefinitions of what constitutes a commercial dock, single-family dock, et cetera. There's a lot here. There are 7 different complaints, and some are in excess of 40 pages. How can I be expected to have adequately gone through all of that information and make an adequate case just getting these documents at 12:30 approximately yesterday?
That's a good point. I was not aware of that. So are you requesting additional time to be able to review those documents?
It may be, it's a very good idea. It's not only a very good idea, I think it's warranted completely in this case.
We don't even understand what all these things are. We've done nothing but go by the book, by the code, asking permission, asking what we need to do. And now we have all these, what looks like made up complaints. Nothing's been different. Nobody's even talked to us about any of this stuff. It's all been done behind our back. It's just overwhelming that all these neighbors are gang stalking us and working behind our backs like this without coming to us. And then all of a sudden, Dennis Lakander put in a permit for a dock and we okayed it, had no problem with it. And now here he is, and he okayed our other dock. And now he's contesting with a group of people that have been working behind our backs, taking pictures, trespassing on the property, doing all kinds of weird, creepy things, coming around, talking out in front of the A-frame really loud so we can hear their rude comments. And all of this, all of a sudden, we've done nothing but by the code. They keep calling the code on us, code enforcement, and they come out and say, you're in compliance, but we get these complaints, we got to check. It's like, yeah, have at it, check it out. We're working with the county, the state, and the Department of Lands and Panhandle Health. We're just trying to improve our property and getting nothing but opposition from this A-frame that was just vacant and desolate. And we've brought it up into a beautiful place. Everybody's even said, all the neighbors come by and say, wow, what
hold
done.
on.
We don't understand where all this is coming
Mr.
from.
Stanton or Mr. Oberholzer, I'm not sure who's talking, but
Mr. Stanton.
Okay, Mr. Stanton, excuse me. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. If you're asking to continue this hearing, then let's deal with that now. If you want to give testimony and go forward with this hearing, we can do that. But it's kind of one
What
or
I'm
the other.
wondering is, do we need to defend ourselves against a bunch of false accusations against people that are just personally upset? Most of these people aren't even our immediate neighbors.
They're not adjacent neighbors.
They're not adjacent neighbors.
Only Lakander and the Plouffe are adjacent neighbors, the ones I was required to notify. And now we're being harassed by people that are
They just walk by
1,000 feet or more with their docks, or not even owning docks. This is just ludicrous on so many fronts. But yes, we're asking for more time to review their complaints.
Okay.
And would appreciate if they could come to us and explain their complaints.
Okay. Well, if the complaints are in the record, I mean, that's up to them if they want to do that or not. But in terms of asking for a continuance, again, I was not aware you did not receive the materials until yesterday. And so I think it's a fair request that you would make to have some additional time to review the materials before we have this hearing. Ms. Kaufman, I'm thinking of a 2-week continuance to continue this 2 weeks from now on the 19th of August. Do you see any reason why we could not?
Mr. Hearing Officer, I am looking in part at my client to see if he has a conflict on the 19th. Fundamentally, I don't see a problem with continuing. I would note for the record that the deadline to provide exhibits for this hearing is set forth in the notice of appointment of hearing officer was close of business on Tuesday, August 3rd. And although I can't say for sure because I didn't speak directly with her, I would assume that Ms. Romine from the Department of Lands got what she received to people as quickly as possible. That being said, I don't have an objection to a continuance. Mr. Amer, are you available on the 19th?
I'm available on the 19th.
Okay. Well, I think it's appropriate, and I do note the deadline on the notice that was August 3rd, which was just a few days ago. And it just seems like, in fairness, that was not enough time in retrospect for the applicant to review all the materials to be able to fully participate in this hearing. So what I would suggest we do is reconvene at the same time in 2 weeks from now on the 19th on August to give the applicant more time to review the materials. And Mr. Oberholzer, does that, and Mr. Stanton, does that day and time work for you? We come back.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay. All right. Well, I would just, then what we'll do is we'll send a new notice out, and I would ask that there are no new exhibits submitted unless they were meant to get in for the record today and did not make it. I think I'll just communicate with the Land Commissioner's office about a deadline if there are new exhibits, but it won't be so near the hearing date. I think a little more than 2 days would be warranted in this matter. So I appreciate everyone's flexibility. I know it's a lot to make schedules to where you're available for a hearing like this, taking off work and so forth. So I really don't like to continue hearings unless it's necessary. But in this case, I think it is a fair thing to do. And so, again, I appreciate everyone's flexibility. I hope everyone can come back 2 weeks from now at the same time. And you can look for the new notice in the mail or email, however you received the original notice. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and conclude. And we're going to continue this hearing to August 19th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Mountain time. And you can look for a new notice in your inbox by the end of this week or early next week. So again, thank everyone's participation and flexibility, and we'll talk again in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.